Hi guys, Aylis here, and a little vlog time today in between games. I wanted to talk a little bit about the ESPN controversy that's lighting up the internet right now because it's really relevant to what we do here and the fact that I was just playing Heroes of the Storm for you guys. And some of the things that were said about esports and where they fit into the sports world. And I did get a quote from the person who's kind of being attacked by the gamer community, and maybe rightfully so. Somebody locked the basement door at mom's house and don't let him out. I will quit this network if I am ever asked to cover that. I tolerated Donkey Kong. I'll tell you what, that was the equivalent of me putting a gun in my mouth and having to listen to that. Now that's from a sports commentator at ESPN. I won't say his name because people go and attack him on Twitter. He feels that the Storm the Dorm, Heroes of the Dorm event had no place on ESPN. Now keep in mind, this wasn't being played on the main channel. And now I'm gonna ask you, my gamer friends, to bear with me a minute while I play the devil's advocate. He's saying that he would never be okay commentating for an esport when he's usually somebody who does physical or traditional sports. And part of me says I can't blame him, because imagine that you had finally gotten to a point in your career where you were a commentator for your favorite game, whether it is Heroes of the Storm, League of Legends, Dota 2, any of these big ones that are considered esports, StarCraft for years and years and years, EVE Online. Imagine that your favorite you are a commentator for a living. How fantastic would that be? Now imagine that the company that hired you said, oh, well, we're gonna branch out and we're gonna start covering, say, women's tennis. And I know we hired you to cover esports, but we need you to go do that now. I can't blame him for being upset that that's gonna be something added to his job. And putting in that perspective, I hope you guys can understand why he was upset, because I certainly can. I think how he approached the problem is wrong, but I get it. Now, do esports have a place on ESPN? I don't think they do on the main channel because it's got its own really niche audience and it's not us. But having it on ESPN 2 or 3, why not? The third World Championship for League of Legends actually had almost twice as many viewers as the NCAA's Final Four the same year. Esports are becoming a big thing and it's not just on Twitch TV. Maybe we need a network of our own. Maybe we don't belong on ESPN, but they certainly have a place in the competitive world, if not what you would consider the sports world. Now you know I had to say something about his basement dweller comment because this stereotype has been around for decades and it's ridiculous. I'm somebody who's a competitive gamer. I would probably be considered a hardcore gamer because of how frequently I do it and the amount of time that I put into it. I just enjoy it more than sitting around and watching TV, you guys. It's my entertainment of choice. My goal when I was a much younger girl was to be a frag doll, which obviously didn't happen because I have my children, but it was something I was so intent on doing that I was ready to dedicate a huge part of my life to it. And quite frankly, this isn't my mom's basement. But we have to keep in mind that this stereotype has existed for years and years, and we are gonna have to continue to fight it. We don't all live in our mom's basement. Some of us have real lives. It's just, I find video games better than reality TV. And that's okay. If you're an older gamer, you probably remember when your hobby was considered completely and totally uncool. And the fact that I played D&D on top of it really didn't help as a teenager. So somebody who's older, like this commentator, is certainly gonna think that we all fit that stereotype of the wannabe programmer living in mom's basement without any social skills. There are certainly a lot of people who do fit that stereotype, but most of the time they're not in their parents' basement because they're gamers. They're there because they're living with crippling depression, and gaming just happens to be an escape from that for a little while. But as gaming becomes a more and more acceptable thing for everyone to enjoy together, you're gonna see that stereotype fade on its own. We have to be just as tolerant about their misunderstanding of what we do as we expect them to be toward us. And sometimes you just have to be the bigger person first. So I'd love to know what you think. Do you think that esports have a place on ESPN, or should we have our own network? Do you enjoy competitive gaming? Do you ever watch esports? And if you do, what's your favorite one? Leave me a comment so we can keep the discussion going below, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.